And so here we are in January, and finally, after what seems like a year, it stopped raining, which means I'm going to get the tarp off the roof and try and get it finished, or at least waterproof. So yeah, well, first things first, obviously take the tarp off, and then measure up again, make sure that I'm going to get my bits of wood in the right places, and then just basically keep going, nailing, tiling. Well, last time I was here, I got a first pallet of tiles, and then they ran out of tiles, so I went and got a second pallet of tiles somewhere else. I could probably have waited for them to get back in stock. But as you can see, they're very, very slightly different. I don't think it'll be particularly noticeable, but they do fit together perfectly, so there's no problem there. I just need to check out that this depth and this depth are the same, and they're not. It looks like this one has less leeway than that one, so I'm going to have to measure that, because that's how I'm going to line everything up on the roof. So I'm going to try and work that out now. After all that, it is surprisingly warm up here. I've just done some measuring and stuff. I've got another batten on, so I'm going to go and get the tiles. The tiles are slightly different, they are slightly shorter. So this back side of the roof will be completely done in those, because that works out really well for the length that I have. And then I have to go and get some more tiles for the front side, and hopefully they'll have the right ones, but I won't do any battening on the front side until I've got the tiles, so I can make sure that they will fit. So yeah, lovely weather all of a sudden. What a pain. I mean, you know, after a month when I had lots of free time, now down to putting me down to the last couple of hours. I've got basically 2 days that I can get this waterproofed. So if the worst comes to the worst, I'll get this underlay all the way up and over the top and batten down on all sides. That will work. I've got enough underlay, I've got enough batten, I've got enough everything, and that will keep the whole roof waterproof. And it's not going to do any more catastrophic raining, which is a pain. Well, it's not a pain, obviously it's brilliant, but after so much rain just at the wrong time, well, there we go. I'm enjoying the sunshine now. I might even have a tan by this evening. So it's time to get some tiles and carry them up the ladder and lay them out, so the physical bit. Okay, well, you can see as I lay them down, I put the first 4 in. They are slightly different, even in colour, but I think after a while they'll all sort of degrade to the same level, and I didn't really have much choice anyway, so there's not much I can do about it. I'm certainly not taking all of those off. What am I going to do with them? So yeah, let's just get on with it. I think it'll be fine, I really do. So yeah, they slot in fine, they all lock together fine, so there shouldn't be a problem here. Okay, well, again, this is more of a talking video than doing video. That will change before the end of this video, but these are some really difficult things to do, and I have nowhere to put a phone, and I'm running on a bit of a tight schedule as well. So there's another row in there, 80 centimetre up battens, so I can do another 3 rows of tiles, and that will bring us pretty much on to where we are on the other side, and then we'll see how many tiles we have and what happens tomorrow, because as you can see, the sun is about to disappear behind the mountain. So here we are back again, and it's not many months later. It is in fact only a couple of days later, but the sun is shining, the sky is blue, and I can get on with this now. Unfortunately, as always, by the time the weather fixes, it's pretty much the last day. So today is the 6th of January. It's a bank holiday in Austria, it's a bank holiday in Italy, it's a bank holiday pretty much everywhere in the Catholic world. So that's giving me the day to get on with this, and then tomorrow, and then back to Austria on Sunday. So the first task of the day is going to be getting all of these tiles that I've set up here up onto the roof, onto the already prepared slats, get them fixed down, and then basically just keep going. It's more of the same. Okay, well, there we are, another 2 rows on, so that's 5 on there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on that side. So yeah, it doesn't look like much, but God, it feels like it. So so there are only 10 rows. There were only 10 rows. There are now only 8 rows left from there down to there. So that's 20%. So it's time just to basically get all of this wooded up, and then get another 2 in, put them down, and then get the last roll of this out on this side, and get this side completely tiled up to the ridge. That's the plan. And there we go. Sorry, there's not much filming doable up here while I'm doing this, because it's all kind of popping in, popping out, up and down, and but there we go. Another 2 on, ready to go and get. Oops, looks like it's a bit wet there, so ready to get another 2 rows of tiles. That's another 42 tiles. There's 180 on a pallet, so done 20, 40, 60 of the new pallet already. That'll be 100. And then we'll have more than half of the pallet. Obviously, being a bank holiday, I won't be able to get any more today, but I am going out to lunch, and I have tomorrow. Tomorrow everything will be open, so I want to use up all of the rest of the tiles this morning if I can. It's going to be a feat, but yeah, but basically get up as high as I can, get as much done as possible, so I can do some serious tiling as soon as I get some more tiles in. Okay, well, the sun is still shining and I'm storming along with this. We've got most of the underlay up to the top, across with the first batten, so now I'm going to do the lats, put tiles up on the back side, and then hopefully we'll get as much of this covered as I can with the tiles that I have here today. So I've got 2 more to do here. Yeah, well, it is what it is. But at least the weather's playing ball, and hopefully if it stays like this tomorrow, then we might get close to having a waterproof roof. Not a finished roof, but a waterproof roof, and that would be an excellent thing. Okay, well, there we go. That has conveniently brought me to lunch. So I'm going to go and have a quick shower because I'm going out to lunch. It's bank holiday and all that, and then we'll see if lunch leaves any time in the afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be back tomorrow morning. But that's a bit of work I've really not been looking forward to, and it actually went off a lot better than I thought it was going to. So that's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Okay, well, there we go. That has conveniently brought me. Okay, well, good morning and welcome back. I've just finished setting up for today, which includes a climbing harness today, because I will be over on the other side of the roof here, putting in all of the slats. So I'm not risking a huge amount, but I'd rather be tied on. So I've got my rope set up, I've got this on, I've got everything I need up there. I got some more nails for the nail gun. And it's just going to be a matter of measuring, hammering, getting everything together and set up, and then seeing how many tiles are missing. But by the end of today, because I have to go back tomorrow morning, by the end of today, it needs to be one way or another waterproof. So it won't be tiled, but it will have the underlay everywhere, and that will make it waterproof. And there'll be a hell of a lot more tiles on it than there are now. So let's just really get a real push on today, and see how quickly this can all be done. Okay, well, we're up here. Everything is as it was yesterday. Quite cleverly, I marked the spaces between the slats on each one as we go across. So I'm going to just basically measure, mark. I've got my wood set up there. Where's my finger? There. So I'll just pull them over, nail them in, pull them over, nail them in, and then hopefully in a couple of minutes we should be latted up. That would be good. See, I've got my rope on. I've left myself a little bit of slack, so it will hurt if I fall off, but I won't hit the ground. I'll just destroy pretty much everything I've done so far. I'll probably end up falling through this if I go, but I will try not to. Well, fortunately my phone ran out of memory yet again. It keeps doing this because I'm making so many videos and they just fill up my phone, so I haven't got room for much else, but there we go. I did have the tripod sort of set up, but I've got slats all the way up now, so I'm going to go and get the rest of the tiles that I have immediately, bring them up, spread them out, and then go and get another pallet of tiles. It's coming up on 10 o'clock. Everything will shut at 12 because it's Saturday, but it is just starting to drizzle. The weather forecast, I'm not even going to talk about. Okay, so just as I was going to get the trailer, having unloaded everything out of the trailer in urgent so I could go and get my new tiles, I ran into the girl who runs the cooperativa, popped in for a quick coffee, and said I was about to head down to Pontremoli to get some tiles, and she said, oh, I've driven past this morning, everything looks shut. So we called, and in fact both of the proper builders merchants, obviously a DIY store doesn't sell pallet loads of tiles, but the builders merchants are both shut today because yesterday was a bank holiday. So somebody, some higher power doesn't want me finishing this roof. It looks like, it seems very strange. It's also raining. So these are the tiles that I have left here. I've stacked them all up on the staircase so I can carry them in. So there's about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65 odd of the new ones and about 12 of the old ones, or the other ones, I mean, they're all new. And that'll give me about three full rows on the back side of the roof. And then I'll just get on with waterproofing it yet again. So it'll probably be another case of putting the tarp back over the roof, tying everything on, and coming back. I'm very close to getting to the stage where it really isn't much left to do, and I've got a very clear plan of exactly what I still need in my mind. So if we look at this roof here, I've got to cut some half tiles, run them down the sides. I've got this metalwork, oops, my finger's incomplete, the metalwork that goes down the edge there, I have that. So that'll need to be put on, but I'll do that from the outside here on the scaffold. And then I have these top ridge tiles to go on, and they sit and screw and clip. So yeah, I'm basically now that I'm not under so much time pressure, and I'm actually decided I'm not going to look at the weather forecast. I don't think it's going to rain for long, and it's sort of drizzling, so I'll get away with it. But I'll certainly get away with putting the rest of these tiles on, and then we'll see if I can get the underlay. I don't really want to put the underlay on the front side here permanently yet until I can batten up and get the tiles up, because if I get it all shut off and all the lats on and everything, how do I get the tiles onto the roof? I haven't got any sort of tile lift, so that's going to be a tricky one. That's my problem there. Okay, well, as you can see, in the space of 10 minutes, I'm wet. Everything is wet. Christ. I'm going to be okay. I mean, even with a tarp, because there's less and less for the tarp to actually cover. The number of times I have to move the tiles is a problem. So I've got them stacked here on this big beam. I have to carry them from the pallet onto the quad, drive the quad up, then carry them up the stairs, then put them on the table, carry them up the ladder, then carry them across, put them on here, then schlep them across there. So obviously if I'm going to attack bigger roofs, which I will eventually have to do, then I will need to rent, borrow, or buy some sort of or build some sort of lift system. Yeah, but for now, just get as many tiles on this roof as I can. Okay, well, the astute of you will work out what's wrong with this. I looked at it and I thought, oh, that looks funny. So my pencil markings for each row here, 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 but then they're here. So I've nailed this whole thing onto the wrong side of my pencil line, which makes it too high. And that explains quite a lot of other things. So I'm going to have to pull it up. I have to check if I've done that all the way along. No, look, you see there, it's fine. That's why it goes upwards. So it's basically just backwards. I need to still pull out most of the nails. So I'm going to have to go and find my knocometer, which has disappeared for some reason. My hammer has done a runner. Weather's not getting any better, but well, just getting on with it. As you can see, I've tiled in, so I'm tiling sort of diagonally across so that I can move along the wall. I'm going to go and get the rest of the tiles now, and my hammer, realign this, and then put all of the tiles I have onto the roof. Okay, well, during aperitif time, it sort of slowed down a little bit. Should give me enough time, hopefully, to put the rest of the tiles. Here are most of them. I've got, after that, about another 30 up on the roof. So basically keep filling across diagonally. I reset that top bit of wood with a lot of faffing about, but it's done. Yeah, and then it'll be get the tarp back over it, and that'll be that. Although, to be honest, there is only this 1.5 meter stretch that really needs tarping, so it's by the time I get done, it'll be 75% waterproof. But now it's already starting to rain again. God, I don't know what I've done. I must have done something bad. But a lot of little faffing about jobs to do and tidying up, because we've been out here for a while before we head off, so I've still got a busy old day ahead of me. Okay, well, there we go. As you can see, it's pouring with rain again. I'm out of tiles. That was it. That's the last tile there. So I'm missing almost exactly one pallet of tiles, which I could have picked up today, but with this weather, I guess I probably would have stuck with it anyway. But it's not bad. There's a lot more roof done. You can see it's very interesting actually to see how it's caught up. I'm going to pop down, go around the other side and take some pictures. It's a bit wet for the drone, unfortunately, so that you can see the lines properly. And then I'll get the tarp back on and waterproof out the edges, which I am going to do this time because they need doing anyway. So yeah, that's the plan. But you can see, if you look across, you can see the pitch changes, as does the separation of the tiles, but the tiles have caught them up quite well, so you can see it like a slight curve down. But that's what these tiles are designed to do. That's why we have that this variable indent. So it's quite clever and it's worked really well. I'm really happy with that, because that means that my top line will be dead straight on both sides, and that'll make putting the cap on much easier and make it look a lot smarter when it's all done. So I'm going to pop around the other side, take some pictures, and get the tarp done. Okay, so I'm over on the other side by the neighbours, and it looks pretty good actually. They've all sort of hooked in quite well, right up to the last row. So when I come back, it'll be chopping down and getting the metal like I did on the other side in, putting the metal and chopping down there as well. For that, I am actually going to invest in a little angle grinder with a battery. I don't want cables. I should be just clambering over the roof here, because I always have that little emergency exit, which is very useful. I think it's going to look great. I need to get some guttering. I'll probably end up changing that downpipe as well for the aluminium with copper paint on it. It should look perfect, but I can do all of that with the ladder, you see. All of that's uncomplicated really. And then, although I need to move the downpipe slightly over to the side, because that wall there is going to disappear eventually. So that's it. As you can see, I've already thrown parts of the tarp over. I'm going to have to get rid of the ladder, try and pull the tarp across and get it, well, tied onto there where it was last time, and round the outdoor loo. And that should hold it. Most of the holes in the tarp were, in fact, on this side, and this side is now waterproof, which is an absolutely amazing result. So, yeah, there we go. It's a shame. It's a shame that the weather has been messing me about, and that iPhone weather forecasts are the worst weather forecasts on the planet, as far as I can tell. But I still got a fair amount done in the short amount of time, and I had a wonderful time. So I'm going to tarp it up, and then I'll see what the next thing to do is. There are a couple more things to do. Okay, well, I'm out of my shower. I'm not really very clean, especially this hand here. I use some PU foam at the end, but well, it's tarped. There are now 360 tiles on the roof, so there's no, 182 a pallet, so there's 360 tiles on the roof. There'll be another pallet going on. That was 1.1 tons I worked out earlier on. Yeah, it's frustrating. The weather is just frustrating, but I still, even in the rain, got quite a lot done today. So I'm not unhappy with the time I was here. We did, a great many other things, and I do love being here. But it's like a never-ending story. So next time, as I keep saying, next time I'll manage to finish it. Well, we'll see. I'm not going to say that anymore, and I'm not going to say next time it won't rain. But it's definitely a lot better. It's a lot closer to where it was. It's a lot more watertight. There is literally only just that little stretch that's now covered with the tarp, so that should be fine. So tomorrow I'm heading back into Innsbruck, and then I have a lot of work on. So I should be very busy for the next few weeks, and we'll see when I manage to come down here again for a weekend. But until then, once again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for coffees. As always, thank you for coffees. That's I have been spending them up at the Cooperativa. Not all coffees, to be quite honest with you. There have been a few beers in there. But thank you very much. And thank you all for watching. Thanks for the constructive comments, the help, and just, for keeping me encouraged and making all of this a lot more fun than it would be if I was just on my own here without the community. So thank you. I hope you're all well. Happy New Year. It's the last time I'm going to say that. It is now the 6th, so settled properly into 2023. Let's hope it's a great year for everyone. I certainly hope so. And until we see you again in a couple of weeks' time, thank you very much. Take care, and bye-bye for now.